Hello everybody, my name's Colin Crazy and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and I got some Black Ops 3 gameplay for you guys today. I was playing a match of Fracture on evac, so not your typical TDM, and I've had this footage for a while actually. I forgot I had it and I pulled it off of my PS5, and this is actually a really good game that I forgot I even recorded before. So I hope you guys enjoyed the background gameplay. I used the Haymaker, which I really don't like. I think I was trying to go for headshots this game and just use it to get those camos unlocked because I was working towards doing some camo grinding while I was playing a lot of Black Ops 3 a few months ago, and this was a decent game. So hope you guys enjoy it. And today is election day. We have the presidential election along with your local, whatever votes as well. You got some other voting that you do besides just the regular president vote. It's not like you just go in, check one box, and then leave. It's a little more than that. It's a bit more of a process. And, you know, I feel like it's the same every time this comes around. I've only been able to vote once. In 2020, I turned 20 years old, and the legal age to vote in America is 18, so I couldn't do it in 2016, but I could do it in 2020. And I feel like ever since I've had the ability to vote, there hasn't been a sure win candidate in my view. I feel like a lot of the candidates, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree as well, that have presented themselves and gotten to like the final stretch of the election have been pretty bad. They've been terrible. There's no really sure winner in a lot of the races that I've seen in my time, really, that I can remember or even have the ability to vote in. So it's been very difficult to really choose anything. Both options, for as long as I can remember, again, have been terrible. But there are people out there that still have a sell or are sold on who they want as their president, and I commend them at least a little bit to actually make a decision because I feel like it's so hard nowadays to even like any of the candidates really that are presented throughout the race. And I kind of wanted to make this video to alleviate the chaos that goes into the election, because every time people lose their heads over it and go a little insane and get a little violent about such a decision, and I think it just needs to not be as important in everybody's eyes as people make it out to be. So, in the grand scheme of things, someone's going to be picked. Someone's going to get picked. There's going to be a president. It's not the end of the world. It's not the biggest deal breaker. Even though we've gone through some bad presidents, we're still here. You're still watching this video. You're here with me. And it's probably way easier for me to say that it'll be alright because of many reasons. One, for sure, is because I'm white. I'm a white guy, and I have an unfair privilege over many other people in America, so a lot of the policies and stuff that goes into Congress and all that either doesn't affect me at all or affects me but more benefits me than anything, in a discreet way where I'm not really apparent to it. That's what really white privilege is. And I also don't really engage with politics because I think it's misconstrued a lot with a lot of the information that's spread on like social media and across news networks. There's just tons of it, and it's very easy to be tied up in things that aren't even really true, and it's really hard to get the truth from a lot of sources. I feel like everything's misconstrued, and it's really hard to keep track of everything that goes on. And so there's definitely a lot that I don't know or see simply because I don't engage with it. But if you're like me, which I guarantee at least a few of you are, then you should still go out and vote. And I'm voting even though I feel like my choice is an illusion, because either way I won't get the thing that I like. I won't get something I like. It doesn't mean it's not important for me to use my right to vote. I think it's still important I go out and do it. It's just that personally, for me, as like a personal choice, I feel like I don't really have one, to be honest, because I don't really like my choices to begin with. But that's just a personal gripe, really. And then for those that actually know what they're going to choose and strongly stand by the decision, I ask of you to please be respectful to others and their choices. Let's all be human beings here and listen to understand each other. if someone is voicing their opinion on why they made a decision or something that they believe in for specifically this election, I think it's good to have an open mind and try to listen to what someone is saying. I wouldn't necessarily, you don't have to necessarily agree with anything they say, but just let them talk. Just let them do their thing and engage in the conversation and have those conversations and be calm about it. You want to be calm when engaging in your arguments. You don't want to use emotion as a way to justify your beliefs. Instead, back your claims with knowledge you've accumulated from reliable sources. Now, it's funny that I say that because there's so much ambiguity with resources and what news network you watch or where you get your resources from, really. And that's just the whole personal way of doing your own research, and that's fine. That's a fine way of justifying what you believe in. And if you're going to participate, unlike me, then you should have some type of resource you stem your opinions from in general. And just in any sense of argument, really just you got to listen to your opponent and try to agree to disagree. Because if you don't, then you're not really doing anything at all. You're not even arguing. You're just kind of blabbering about whatever you believe in and ignoring what the other person is saying. I've learned how important it is to argue in a good manner through philosophy. There's a lot of technicality that goes into it, and it's hard to keep up with, and it's hard to keep track of, but I applaud people for trying, and I hope that you do your best if you want to be a part of political discussions. Since I don't have a basis of really what I would like to base my decision on, I'm pretty much just going to wing it. I'm just going to go with the gut feeling, and if you're really feeling indecisive, then maybe just flip a coin. I wouldn't be mad about that. That's just like a personal way of going about your decision making. Sort of like religion. It's like, just personally, what do you think? And I would try your best not to be misguided by other people. Don't try to join a group that thinks a certain way that you don't quite think in the beginning, and then kind of become like a hive mind type of deal later on. I think that's just kind of like a bad way of having personal thoughts for decision making. I think just base your opinion off of what you see, what you hear, and try not to let other people make decisions for you, really. And, go out and vote. I'm going to have probably a good bit of time doing that. I got to drive somewhere that's completely different from my area because I forgot to change my address before I registered. So I got to go do that in a different area. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to leave a comment down below on a topic I should talk about, then you can go ahead and do so. Or if you want to leave a question, you can do that at the email address in the description down below. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!